你是为什么从韩国到宁波来的？
I think China is the highest paying country in the world.
对宁波的印象
And I thought, Ningbo, I've never heard of that before.
有没有因为不懂中文这个闹的笑话？
对不起，听不懂。Oh no. And then
为什么从韩国到宁波来呢？
I was living in South Korea for 5 years as a teacher there, and it was an amazing experience. However, I felt like I kind of grew too old for that experience there. A lot of the teachers who go there are in their early 20s. They just kind of want to party, have fun. It's a great place to do that. When I was 30 years old and I already felt that I was too old to be there. And I heard that China had a lot of great opportunities for teachers, and I thought this would be a really great place to grow as a teacher and settle down here. And I think there seems to be a lot more teachers around my age, like mid-30s and older, and it just seems like a better place to put roots down instead of just kind of having fun for a few years and then leaving.
Whether your package is higher in Canadian one or in South Korea one?
Definitely higher in China, the highest. I think China is the highest paying country in the world for teachers. There's a lot of other high paying countries like in the UAE, in the Middle East. There's a lot of great teaching positions in Dubai and Emirates. However, the cost of living there is a lot higher, whereas in China, the cost of living is low, and then you get a high salary, and then you're happy. What we pay for a 3-bedroom apartment in Ningbo is less than what we paid for a 1-bedroom apartment in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a lot nicer and newer here as well. For example, teachers here get a benefits package. It's a whole package that comes along with the job. So you get your flights paid for, you get a housing allowance for your apartment. There's some other benefits. You get a flight home once a year. So that alone makes it very desirable. And in Korea, they didn't have quite the same perks. The students that I was teaching in Korea, their English was much higher level than the students that I'm teaching here in China. But I do think that the Chinese kids that I'm teaching, they have less stress. They're more like real kids. You can tell that they don't have to worry as much about what their parents think about their grades. Like they're kindergarten kids. They should be having fun. They should be playing outside. And I definitely see that in China. They're having more fun. They're acting like kids, playing outside in nature. Whereas in Korea, there was a huge emphasis on results. They had to work all day long on their English, writing in little textbooks with their little hands. And I just think that was really hard on them. And I think here they're having an easier life, I would say.
It's really surprising me.
Also in China, there's a mandatory nap time for the kids at kindergarten. They have to nap for 2 hours after lunch, which is really long, but it does give them another break in the day. Whereas in Korea, you're just learning all from start to finish. Yeah, they don't really get that much playtime.
有没有因为不懂中文结果闹的笑话的？
Even though I don't know Chinese, I can't read any Chinese, it is still very convenient. So,
Really?
yeah. You can just go to a restaurant, you scan the QR code on the table, and then the menu is just translated into English immediately on my phone. It's just so simple. Same with ordering at cafes. It's all just translated into English through WeChat, through Alipay. It's very convenient. You can even pay with your hand. Have you ever tried that?
Oh, no.
No, I've seen someone do it before, and they just have to go like this and then it's paid for, or even the facial recognition. Super cool. I think the worst is when my phone rings and I don't know what to do and I don't know who it is and I can't communicate on the phone, so I just go, 对不起, ting dong, and then 再见, and then I just hang up. One of them was because I didn't know that my Didi one time, it didn't charge my card automatically, my account. And so I thought that I paid for the Didi and I walked away, but I didn't pay for it. And so they called me from Didi and they were trying to say,
if you don't pay for this, we will suspend your account and you can't have any more Didis.
and I didn't know what they were saying. 听不懂, 再见, and then I just hang up. And then I got a text message language, and I translated that, and then I felt so bad, and so I paid the Didi, of course. I just had no idea what was going on. But
Poor driver.
sorry. So they gave me his WeChat, and then I transferred him the money directly through WeChat.
加拿大的话就是说是全世界福利最好的国家。
You do get free healthcare, but it's not perfect. Our system is just very slow. So the way that it works there is you want to get a family doctor. Then you see the same doctor every time you have a problem. And that's very difficult to come by. I believe there's a shortage of family doctors in Canada. People like me who left Canada for work, and then when I came back, I had to start at zero. I did not have a family doctor anymore. I had to reapply for the healthcare, and I got put on a waiting list for a doctor, and I think I'm still on that list, and it's been over 2 years, and I still don't have a family doctor. Because I didn't have a family doctor, I would have to go to, it's called a walk-in clinic, and then you just wait there for hours and hours and hours. I had a friend wait there for 14 hours one time. And you just get 5 minutes with a doctor, and it's never a nice experience. But I have had experiences in China I've only been to I guess it's the hospital once here, and it was a really nice experience. I literally walked in, I didn't even sit down in the waiting room chair, they just immediately brought me in to see the doctor, and I've never had that experience in Canada. And then after my appointment in Ningbo, they brought me to a room with a buffet full of free food. And again, that would never happen in Canada.
So there are some policemen there or some soldiers?
Yeah, there are, and like they always have their guns, and it's very intense. Whereas my grandfather, he's 94 years old, and almost every week for his whole life, he's crossed over the river to the USA to buy beer and gas.
Why? You go to States too?
Yeah, it's just cheaper, and it gives him something to do. He has nothing to do, so that's what he does. But right now, a lot of people are boycotting. They're very against spending their money in America right now, just because of the tensions with Canada and the USA. So he hasn't gone since all of that, and I think that says a lot, because he's a very stubborn old man. Emma had a very sad life. Emma came from the slaughterhouse, from a dog meat farm. She is very traumatized. She doesn't like to go outside. She likes being in the apartment with me, but I cannot get her to go outside. So it's something that we've been working on, and I'm seriously amazed that I was able to get her here. Oh no, Emma? Emma, no. Are you the star of the show? She wants to be on camera. Oh no, Emma. She just wants a little bit of chicken. Can I give her a little bit of chicken? Emma? 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 Over here.